Okay, you have probably heard advice like, just follow your passions, follow your dreams, do something that you love, and that you've gotta enjoy the journey, not just the end destination of your goals, of your vision for yourself, for your future, right? And the thing is, it is fantastic advice, but for most people, it is also very confusing. And it's also something that's very difficult to really think about. So what I want to do is I want to create a video series here on YouTube where I talk you through the process of finding your passion, finding something that you enjoy doing. And I know, because it's a very hard, fundamental question about life. Most people never go through this process, and so most people settle for what's right in front of them. I don't want that to be you. So step by step, I'm gonna guide you through this and help you find your passion. So before you go any further, subscribe to the channel, enable notifications so that you won't miss the further videos in this series. Give the video a quick thumbs up and let's dive right into it with part number 1. And that is what I like to call the candy store of life. If you want to find your passion in life, imagine that you are in this huge candy store. And there are tens of thousands of different flavors. And those combined form millions and millions of pieces of candy that you can pick from. How do you pick? Right? Just imagine that for a moment. And so that's the thing about life as well. There are so many things that you can do in your life. And the truth is, if you want to find your passion, you cannot be sitting on your ass. Right? I know it sounds so corny, I just made it up. But the thing is, if you want to find something that you truly enjoy doing, you've got to try stuff. Right? So maybe if you're in that candy store, you pick one with a coffee flavor. And you're like tasting it and it's like, ugh, I hate this. Guess what? All of the candies that have the coffee flavor in them go out of the window. Maybe you like this flavor here of strawberry. You pick it up and it's like, I like this. Guess what? Now you can narrow it down, right? So in real life, maybe you love working with people. And so some jobs or hobbies or things like that where you're just sitting behind a computer and you don't interact with anyone, those things can go out of the window. That's probably going to be for you, right? And if the opposite is true, maybe you like working in tech, maybe you like coding, maybe you like programming. Great, now you've narrowed it down, right? And so what I want you to do is just list out some things where you're like, okay, I think I might like these things. So start with your past jobs, for example, your past hobbies, your past whatever it is, right? And just list out, okay, I did this, and this part of it I really loved. This part of the job I really hated. And so once you do that, you have the things that you like, you have the things that you dislike. Now you can look at it and like, okay, maybe I'll just like these things, right? Make a list of that as well. Just write it out, actual pen to paper. And that's gonna help you get so much more clarity. Because once things are in your head, everything is spinning, and it's like you're inside of the map instead of looking at the map, right? And so what I want you to do is, as you go through your past experiences, just think the things that you find incredibly interesting. That you're like, okay, I might actually love doing this. And dive into those. Really dive into them. And I don't mean just dabble and like do it for 2 days, right? Dive deeper into this. And give it your all. Give it your all for a couple of months, weeks. And then, as you do that, you can say like, you know what? I thought I would like this, but I really don't. Or maybe you're like, oh my God, yes, I love this, right? There's this Venn diagram. Things that you are good at, things that you like, and things that you can get paid for, right? And ultimately, you want to find the overlap of all three. But the thing is, start with what you like and what you're good at. Combine those together. Oh, by the way, one thing that I forgot to add here, you don't have to be good at it right now. But what is something that you can reasonably good at, that you're so interested in, where you're willing to actually go through the process of learning, where you're able to do your 50 hours of research on it so that you can actually learn, where you're willing to constantly implement it to get better at the skill, right? So if you can do that, that is always on the table. So And then the third part of, how am I going to get anything tangible out of this? That's the easiest part, right? I mean, there's people on YouTube making 6 figures by opening those Kinder surprise egg thingies, right? So you can figure things out financially. So the thing here is try. Finding out what you're passionate about is not a process like this. It's a journey of trial and error, where you're trying new things and you're like, okay, I like this, I don't like this. And so you navigate through those things to find out, I really, 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 really love doing this. And the way you can implement it once you find those could be, maybe you start a side hustle. Maybe you find a new job, right? Maybe it's just a hobby and you have something that you reasonably enjoy as your job. And then after you get home from work, you just have a hobby. It's not even financial, but it's just something that you enjoy doing. And that's great, right? So just start looking. That's the key message here. And in the next videos in this series, I'll guide you through with some more smaller questions, right? Because what is my purpose in life? That is a very, very, very huge question. Very fundamental, very hard to answer. So what I want to do in the next videos is break it down for you into some easier, but still fairly difficult questions to answer. But if you can do that, if you can answer those questions, oh my God, the world is going to be opening up for you. But it all starts with what's in here. Self-discovery, self-awareness are such crucial elements of success in anything. However you define success. If you don't know who you are, what you stand for, what you value, what you want most, well, you are basically lost. So I want you to start thinking of what have you done in the past that you liked, didn't like, and just try it. Like you're that kid in the candy store, just try different flavors. Dive in and see what resonates with you. So again, subscribe to the channel, give this video a quick thumbs up so that you won't miss the next videos in this series, and I'll see you there in the next video.